Hey guys and gals, welcome to the Oxford Holy Club, a place where we ready ourselves to give an answer for the hope that's in us. We will also try to answer your questions, random questions from the interwebs, and have some fun too. So put some seatbelts on your ears because we're in for a wild ride. Well, welcome to episode 153 of the Oxford Holy Club podcast. My name is Brad Siliker. This is episode, I already said it, 153, entitled Trust, Sneezes, and Lies. As we get going into the episode today, what I'm about to say is for the true fan of the podcast. There is a little Easter egg, a hidden gem that's going to happen at some point in this podcast today, and only the true...
Under 3D glasses.
Only the true fans that have been here for a long time will know and recognize it. But it's pretty subtle. And thank you, Natalie, for liking the stream. Again, my name is Brad Siliker, and we're joined on my left by Andrew Beckwith, and right below both of us is Lucas Candy. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Very good.
I'm good.
Good.
You were cutting in and out like your mic was.
Uh-oh. Hello. Are we back? Sorry, folks. There was an internet issue here, and hopefully it's been resolved. So let's see. Let me get this up there. All right. What was I saying? You can find out anything about our podcast through our website, oxfordholyclub.com. From there, you can find us on all the social medias that matter and all of that. Submit tiebreakers, things like that. If you are watching and didn't dip out when everything went garbagey just a second ago, do us a favor, hit that share button or the like button. Appreciate that. Lucas, what's up with you?
Well, what up with me? It's ketchup time. I did hear the eagle. It's ketchup time. So let's find out.
I remember that.
Around
all right, for those
the neighborhood.
For those of you that have been around long enough, what was the eagle? Does anyone remember? That was the Easter egg.
Wasn't that your nickname or something?
It wasn't mine.
Bald eagle.
The bald eagle.
Bald eagle.
I don't know why we ever did that. It was Beardman, Bald Eagle. What was Andrew? Cool Breeze, and Barber
Cool Breeze.
Was he Beefcake?
Beef. He had like 3 different ones.
Yeah, I think that was one of them. No, Boris. Was it Boris?
I don't know.
Which is funny because I think he's the one who really wanted those nicknames. He was real into them, I think.
No, you had the two before Barbara and I came on board.
Oh, yes. I think we did. You're right. So, Brad, what is new with you? I hear you've got some big news going on here.
Well, if you've been following on the socials, shout out to Brad Siliker on Facebook. Can you do that? Can we shout ourselves? Anyway, shout out to Mandy Siliker on Facebook because she posted a picture of us at the new house that we're moving into in a month's time. So we were able to go check.
Is there anyone in there right now? Were you like, hey, can we take a quick picture on your stoop?
No, it's completely empty.
Okay.
And I won't.
She marked out the street address. So how am I supposed to find you?
Well, that was the point. I commented by putting a picture I took of Jaden specifically with the address because I thought it'd be fun to mark that. I posted that and I get a text. Can you get rid of that? So clearly we're not looking for friends to come visit. And that
no drop-ins.
No drop-ins. That's fine. No, so I mean, this house has been in the making for the last, I want to say, has it been 5 months?
It's been a while.
5, 6.
It was definitely wintry when you told me about it.
Yeah. And you know, the long story short was basically these people that owned it were selling it, and I know the person that's buying it, so the conversation was just, hey, you know, if it all works out and you need tenants, think of us. And so he did, thought of us, and so he took ownership today, and the place is totally cleaned out. It's in great shape, and he's like, come on over, let's have a look, and we'll start making some plans because there's some reno that's going to take place over the next month. Anyway, so we're super, super, super excited. The kids were excited to go see. There's some things that are different, obviously, from where we're at now. Like there's a basement that will be fun. We're gaining a room, which is great. Jaden's taking a little bit of a hit on his size of his room, but we'll get creative with the space and it'll be fine. Probably gonna
levels.
Yeah. Well, we're actually looking. We're Mandy and I are sending links back and forth of loft beds. Because if you do a
Cool,
loft bed, you
cool.
could put a little
So in right now.
you could put a little desk underneath for his entertainment stuff and all
What do
that.
you mean homework?
Whatever. And then
His
okay,
TV from Best Buy
yeah, that's right.
that the lady at the cash bought for him.
Hey, she spent
Oh,
$4.
right.
Remember, she had to cough up $4. So we were checking out the new house. The other thing, this is big news. This has been actually life changing and a little scary and exciting all at the same time. I bought a digital food scale yesterday. I know.
I was like, oh,
The
he's
day-
talking about something he didn't write in the notes.
The day his
Nope.
youth died.
What's that, Lucas?
Nothing.
You got really quiet. Did you do something?
Oh, I just said the day your youth died. We know the date. You bought a food scale.
Yeah, well, I bought it because obviously, like I'm making smoothies every day, and I'm trying to figure out how much protein I'm taking in, and all this different, fitness stuff. But I've been guessing up to this point for the last year, and I've done all right, which is fine. But I was terrified.
Brad, let me just say, you've done really well.
Oh well, thanks, man.
Better than all right.
I appreciate that. I was scared to see if I was overeating on some things, or like, for instance, I love grapes, and grapes have been my go-to. They've just been the thing that I snack on all the time. And when I saw how many calories per 100 grams and how few grapes 100 grams of grapes is, I was just like, no, this is awful.
Sugary.
And then, but they're still fun. They're still healthy, right? That's the other. Like, let's not call them what they're not.
He's just eating raisins instead.
They're not junk food. They're still healthy. But anyway,
They're the junk food of fruit.
I'm making the switch to strawberries because strawberries are way less calories and they're more filling. Anyway,
Cantaloupe.
I can
Where's
see
that?
that.
yeah, I had a ton of cantaloupe and watermelon today. Anyway, so but then, like, anytime I ask Google how many calories are in something, it always tells me in terms of 100 grams. So like 100 grams of chicken is 50 some grams of protein and whatever calories. But I never knew what that actually meant. So I was always imagining like this massive amount of chicken, and it actually wasn't as much as I thought. So yesterday was the first day since I've been exercising that I actually ate the appropriate amount of protein that I've wanted to get. It meant me taking an extra scoop of protein powder late at night, or a bit like before 9:00. But I finally did it. Felt good about that. Then today I downloaded an app where I can track now what I'm eating, and the grams that I'm eating, and it sees how many it registers with my exercise stuff. So for instance, it's giving me 2,700 calories that I can have every day, and based on my exercise and activity and what I'm eating, it adjusts, in real time. So I went for a walk, and all of a
Run a
sudden,
mile, get an extra grape, that kind of thing.
well, yes, more or less. That's exactly it. Anyway, that gave me a false sense of security, and I binged on some cereal this evening, and now I'm just dealing with the guilt of that. It's all about
What kind of cereal was it? Are you feeling guilty over Rice Krispies or something good?
No, it's Chex, cinnamon, like a cinnamon Chex type of thing.
I just picture you crying in the corner, like, I'm such a fatty. I ate the Raisin Bran. Or some equally sad cereal. Those Weetabix, why?
Well, and the Chex, you know what? For a serving is like 130 calories, but I'm pretty sure I had 3 servings. The last thing is this, and then I got to move on. I'm trying a coffee right now that I found here in the church. It said, the only reason I grabbed it was because it said it was all orange and it said Da Bomb. I'm like,
It said,
what?
do not eat.
Well,
This
yeah.
is not coffee.
Property of pastor.
No, Dwight, it doesn't have a 1080p display. It does have an LCD display. Does it show up on your Fitbit? Will it be seeing your diet on your? Will
Oh,
you see-
he's so interested.
My goodness,
He is.
Dwight, I didn't realize you wanted to see what my diet's like on my Insta. So
Just when I thought Calorie Talk with Brad was a real like podcast killer, turns out it was the secret to our success all along.
It was.
Ooh, Lucas just burned you.
Um, no, you know what? That's fine. It was a compliment sandwich. He complimented me by telling me I did really well. Then he said what he just said. So I'm waiting for the other piece of bread on this.
Yeah, it's the other Easter egg at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. The world's waiting to know or needs to know. Anyway, so it was called Da Bomb, which when I've heard of Da Bomb, it's a hot sauce that's ridiculously hot. So I didn't think this was going to be like a hot sauce coffee. I don't think that. Hold on. Nothing else matters. I'm doing a quick something search. Hot sauce coffee. Anyway, so I had a look, and it's double caffeinated, like ultra dark blend. So I haven't tried it yet. I thought I would wait and do that with you guys.
I thought you were gonna say like I haven't stopped shaking since noon or something like that.
Oh, get a strong coffee and a dash of Tabasco. That does not sound pleasant. Here we go.
There you go. Is this the bomb?
This is the bomb.
Kind of reminds me of the fact that apparently at our school, going around, thoughts?
Oh, that's almost a solid.
Would you rather drink that or eat a pepper?
I'd rather eat a pepper.
Oh
wow, that's something.
Yeah, this is unpleasant. However, I want the caffeine, so here I go.
Can't waste it.
That's right. At FCA, apparently in the kitchen, I missed it, but for like a year, there was a box of somebody's Gaither Band brand tea. So I was like, "What? There's Gaither tea? I got to try that." But someone had already beat me to it and enjoyed all that sweet gospel tea.
Google. Did you mean Gaither Trio?
All right, Andrew, what's new with you?
All right. So I'll address my my headset first. Nobody even asked me why I was wearing a headset before we started.
I said something. Maybe your headset wasn't
working. I didn't hear you. I was going to tell you anyways because I want to tell it here. So I bought this in like January, and not long after, one of the ears started to cut out. Also, it's really hard to know how loud to talk with these on. So I could be whispering or yelling right now. I don't know.
You do sound great. Great levels.
One of the ears started to cut out really randomly, and it took me until now to finally contact the warranty people to ask if I could replace them. And so they really, really wanted to make sure that I tested them thoroughly. And so it comes with like an adapter, to plug in, like a USB to plug into your computer. And then you can use all these drivers and change all the stuff on your computer. I've never used that because I just use them for my Xbox. But They really, really wanted to know if it worked with that.
Have you plugged it in, sir?
And ultimately, I could have just lied and said, yeah, it doesn't work. But I thought I best to try it. So that's why I'm using it, because I have it plugged into the computer, and I'm waiting for like one of you to start cutting out in my ear. But the problem is it's so rare. It's like once or twice a week that it happens. It's not every time. And I told the girl, she's like, go try it now. I'm like, we could be here days. Anyways.
I don't know how much they pay her by hour, but eventually she's going to talk through the cost of one of those things.
Yeah. So anyways, I said, I'm just going to have to try it later. So here I am trying it out. I hate having these on. I really can't hear what I'm saying, but that's why I'm wearing them.
Well, certainly don't.
Oh, they're really broke. Thanks for confirming, Brad.
Donkeys.
So my other story is, and I think I talked to you guys a little bit about this, but there's a coffee truck in St. John that I'm a big fan of. And
did you make it happen? Did you manifest this?
And so last year they come where I'm on the west side of St. John. They'd come to the west side like once every 2 weeks. And it actually wasn't that far from the church. Like it took me 5 minutes to get there. Anyways, I started scheming because it wasn't close enough for me. And so starting tomorrow, they are in the church parking lot all day. And I am so excited. I just stroll on out, get my coffee. An hour later, go get another one. But I'm so pumped, and I hope it works out because they're like, well, we'll just try it a couple weeks and see if we get the traffic. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, please work.
So you're like, you can come here rent free. It just costs you a couple coffees or something like that.
You need to make a slide now for your announcements on Sunday that truck's going to be around.
Yeah, I don't even mind. I don't mind paying for my coffee. I just love the fact that it's in the parking lot.
Will they be there?
You have to provide them with water.
No.
Two good questions. No.
Okay, will they be there on Sundays?
No, it's just Wednesdays from 8 to 2. Lancaster Baptist Church, 87 Church Avenue.
8 to 2, eh? Interesting.
8 to 2, yeah. Come on down, Lucas, on your lunch.
8 to 2 seems like a weird. I mean, obviously they're in other areas. They don't shut down at 2 o'clock. They probably go somewhere else, right?
No, they just do 8 to 2 wherever they are.
Right.
Because they get the
multiple shifts,
morning rush, and lunchtime,
coffee break. Yeah.
Anyways, so that's pretty much it. Oliver's now finished 3 nights of soccer. He's still going. That's good.
Is he still laying on the ball, or has he?
No, he didn't lay on the ball tonight. I will say that I don't know how like sports parents do it, because like 3 days in, we're like rushing to get them to soccer, and you're like trying to cook supper as fast as you possibly can and get out the door, and then, anyways, I have a whole new appreciation for sports parents.
Can I just toss something with that? Harmony started baseball this week, and she had her first practice, and then we started to see like what the schedule was going to be, and so it's a practice every Sunday at 2 or 2:30, doesn't matter, which is totally fine. But the home game, is Tuesday nights at 8:10 p.m. I'll never unless
you're gonna be the dad from Hook, never at the baseball game.
So can't crow, can't fly.
So we are gonna need to do some pre-recording. But then as I was talking with the lady, she's like, yeah, and the obviously we can't leave the province, but the away games are, they could be up in Tignish, which is up, way up west, a couple hours, or they could be in Surrey a couple hours. And
what?
I guess
Surrey.
like we've never had the kids in any kind of sport where we've had to do any traveling. It's always been home, like fun hockey, fun soccer, fun whatever. And this is the first time, and I was like, this is just me. I will let you speak, but this is just me. I was like, this is a mistake. I don't know that our life can handle.
I can't believe you have to travel that much for like basic baseball. I'm assuming she's just in basic baseball.
Yeah, basic.
And not
Andrew,
like AAA.
do you have it? Did you honestly have any idea where either of those? I've heard of those places, but I don't know where they are.
Yeah, they're opposite ends.
Opposite ends of the
Okay.
island.
He's in the middle-ish, and they're on the other sides.
Well, he could be going from Surrey to Tidnish or whatever it's called, and I mean that could be the worst.
Tidnish. That's
Tidnish is in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, come on, man, pull it together. Tignish.
Oh, I was going to try to say it wrong again, but I don't have the effort.
The more and more Dwight hangs out with us, the more I like him.
Kids don't need sports.
Zelda. That's great. Problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
How to work a puzzle. It's funny because, like, I was talking to my boss. I called him up because I missed a call from him. He goes, yeah, I just dropped one kid off at baseball, and I'm driving across town, dropped the other kid off at a different field, and he has 2 other kids that I don't even know what they're up to tonight. So I was like, oh, no, thank you.
We have maintained that we're on, like, the kids can be in whatever sport they want, but it's only one at a time.
That's fair.
None of this being in all these different things and out every night. That you got to be able to be a kid, even if that sometimes
really
includes
like
Zelda.
From what I know of you and Mandy, isn't one sport at a time like best case scenario? Like, were either of you big athletes as kids?
Hello. I don't know how to answer that.
I didn't think so.
Mandy played volleyball. I played hockey until I was getting close to being a teen, and then I played I played baseball. I played soccer. The only sport we never had that I've always loved was football, and we just didn't have it at the time. So no,
Sussex didn't have one. I don't know how they didn't, because it's a bunch of farm people with farm strength. You'd think that they'd be great at football or rugby or whatever. We never had any, which means even though I wanted to play it, I probably never would have made the team with all those farmer folk. But even still, I really wanted to try.
Well, listen, Andrew and I have taken up all your time, so we're
That's
gonna move
quite
on.
all right.
So we're gonna move on. All right. No, I'm kidding, man. What's going on with you?
I'll go through quickly. This weekend we went to my parents' house. It was great. We haven't been there in a while. My dad built a traversal wall, which is like a climbing wall turned on its side. So it's more about going across it, even though it is still probably like, I don't know, 10 feet tall or whatever, but it's more about going across. So it was his like spring project, and he built it from scratch. Like somebody asked me, like, oh, did he buy those climbing boards somewhere? I was like, no, it's plywood that he painted and screwed all the holes in and put all the little thingies so he can move the handholds around. So anyway, it's super neat. Like Esther loved it, Gideon loved it, Ruthie loved it. They all loved it. Esther's a natural climber, so she was just like zipping across it. And then Gideon was able to do it by the end of the weekend and stuff too. So it was super cool. My dad's like, it's not that he wasn't handy growing up, but like, I feel like his handiness has gone like through the roof in the last like decade. Once we're out of the way and not bothering him all the time, I feel like it's a lot done.
Once he wasn't driving you all your sports.
To all my sports, like football and whatnot, to drama practice. Anyway, but while we were there, it was beautiful weather out, and Melissa and Gideon had set up 2 nets in the backyard, 2 turned over chairs, and they had one of those giant rubber bouncy balls, and they're playing soccer with it. Even though we had a regular soccer ball, they thought it was more fun to play with the giant ball. Anyway, at one point, it was me and Gideon against Melissa, and Melissa was running right up on Gideon, and like he panicked and he laid down on the ball. He turtled on it. And I was like, oh, and I was like reaching for my phone to try to get a picture of my son also on the ball. But no, I did not get a picture of it, unfortunately, but he did. But it worked out well. She couldn't get it. She wasn't willing to try to kick at the ball with him on top of it. So he knew a mother's love would protect him. So there you go.
How old's your son though?
My son is 9 years old.
How old's your son, Andrew?
4.
Yeah, mine was around that age, 3, 4, when he laid on the
You're
ball.
never too old
You're
to
never
turtle on the ball.
Never too old.
When times are tough. So there's that. Oh, and of course, wearing my Habs jersey, go Habs go. That's been kind of cool. I'm not the world. I've been a Habs fan forever, but I'm not like watching all the games all the time or anything. But I watched at least part of every game in the series, which is a big deal for me. And I've watched all of, I think, 5 of them. So I'm pretty pumped about that. And the thing I'm pumped about, I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for Gideon. So me and Gideon and Melissa, we watched a lot of the games together, and Gideon couldn't always stay up for all of them, although we did let him stay up for the last 2. And it's been pretty cool. And it's funny, at one point I was almost going to go watch it at somebody's house, game 7, but I thought, you know what, like I've started with Gideon, I started with Melissa, like we're going to watch together. And I'm glad that I did. So it's a cool memory. But here's the funny thing. So there I am at school wearing this jersey, and I'm on drop-off duty. Like the parents come, drop the kids off, and off they go. The Habs fans would see my shirt. They give me a little wave, and they keep driving. That was it. Acknowledgement. But then I had 4 different men stop, roll down their window, and tell me how like saddened they were by the Leafs loss. It was like therapy. They weren't mad at me. They weren't even mad at the Habs. They were mad at the Leafs, at their own team. And they were like just broken. They're like, I just don't know how I could do it again. Like we had everything going for us and it didn't. And they were just like, these were broken men that were talking to me. And I just thought it was so funny that the Habs fans were like, yeah, we did it. And then the Leafs fans are just like, it hurt them in a place that they probably didn't know they were going to be hurt in. So anyhow, I got a kick out of that today. But anyway, that concludes the catch up. And next up will be Andrew with the
tiebreaker.
All right, time for the tiebreaker. We're going to give you guys a scenario, a problem, an issue, a quandrum between 2 individuals. And then us 3 smart boys are going to try and solve the problem, break the tie, and get these people on their way. So here we go. So OHC, I'm bringing a tiebreaker against my wife, Stephanie, because she refuses to say bless you when she hears someone sneeze. And I guess I'm bringing it to you for 2 main reasons. First, as kind of needy and childish as it may sound, I wish that she would tell me bless you after I sneeze. And and that could have something to do with the fact that I grew up in the South and come from kind of a bless you family. And then the second reason, and perhaps more importantly, I feel that Steph is kind of missing out on the goodwill surrounding the bless you experience. And by that, I mean, it just feels nice to give and receive bless yous, not just to friends and family, but also to strangers. And it's kind of a way of creating empathy and goodwill to our fellow human beings in the world, which is something we could maybe use more of these days. So I just like for Steph to get in on the enjoyment of the bless you experience. This guy's trying to change the world through bless yous.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't think I had opinions on this, but I think I do now.
I have thoughts as well.
I have thoughts that are more about a run-on sentence, but uh,
For me, um, I find the bless you thing to be very strange. I don't come from a world that sees a lot of bless yous. Occasionally, you'll get the unicorn "God bless you" when you sneeze. That's a rare one. I just don't really. I mean, it's fine if you want to say "bless you," but most people aren't saying it as a blessing. They're just saying it as some words you say, like an incantation. So I don't really see the appeal. When someone says "bless you" to me, I'm like, that's kind of weird. When if a man ever said "bless you" to me when I sneeze, I feel like that's even weirder than a woman saying
you
it to me
feel
when
like
I
he's
sneeze.
emasculating
It
you.
feels it feels like a feminine thing to say, "Oh, bless you, dear," especially like Southern. So some guys are like, "Bless you, bless you." I'm like, oh, I don't know. So yeah,
Okay,
those are my thoughts,
so
limited though they may be.
so okay, hold on. So for you, uh, do you, like if someone sneezes in your house, what do you do?
I Nothing.
You
Just
don't
like if
say
they
any. You don't say anything. You don't. You leave that moment unacknowledged.
it's a bodily function. If they fart, I also ignore it. I'm not like, "Oh, bless you, dear." Like, no,
Well, no,
like
no one
it's the
blesses a
same thing.
fart. I didn't look this up, and this is coming out of nowhere. And Andrew, maybe you can confirm this since this is your tiebreaker. But I believe the etymology of the bless you or God bless you was a belief that like there was a spiritual reason, and then it had something to do with the devil living in your nose or something like that, or
Stuffs them back in.
or
That's a Millhouseism.
no. It had something to do with like uh, was it your spirit leaving or um, something like that. Look, I got to do another something search. I, I say bless you. If someone sneezes now in my home because it's my family and it's a safe space, I'll say God bless you. I don't dare take that for a run. You know, no one blesses a fart. Thank you, thank you,
If you're looking
Lucas.
for merch ideas, there
Yeah,
you go.
there. Put that on a T-shirt. Um, I will say bless you if someone sneezes. In fact, like even in the church, if my door is closed and I hear someone sneeze in another office, I will go out of my way to raise my voice and go bless you, because I just want them to know that I heard them. I heard them at the
I
closest.
acknowledge you as a human.
I acknowledge you as a human, and at your greatest point of weakness, I acknowledge you. Because am I not wrong in saying that a sneeze, like we've lost all control? Your body just goes, I'm taking over. You're along for the ride. Shut your eyes, open your mouth. Here we go. And and so you feel like an idiot sometimes because it happens and you can't control it. And so I like to acknowledge, let someone know that I've got their back. I also
I think you're sneeze shaming people. I'm totally cool with my own sneezes, but that's fine.
do you have a different do you have different types of sneezes? I just watched the episode of Community where Pierce teaches Troy all these different sneezes for different occasions.
Well, that's actually interesting because ever since the pollen came in, I normally don't have allergies, but like since the pollen came in, I will about 2 to 3 times a day, I will have three giant sneezes. Like nothing else,
And does
but I'll just
anybody
like
acknowledge them?
I hope not. I can't hear them anyway. Like it deafens me for a second after I do it. Like these are loud. They kind of remind me of the ones that Pierce does when he's
They're
trying to
dad
command
sneeze.
respect with the sneers.
I've got
They are
the,
a dad sneeze.
I've got the
yeah.
dad sneeze for sure.
Brad, you've swayed me a little because I like what you're saying about if someone feels awkward or embarrassed by their sneeze. Bless you is almost like it's cool.
Yeah,
No big deal.
we all do it. Hey,
I see
Um,
you.
I'm with you.
And
I receive
so I do agree with you, and I like your theory there. But this guy here trying to change the world through bless yous,
Mm.
nah, just chill out,
Reminds me of
man.
that
Hold
that
on.
old Coke commercial. Like if I could just give everyone a Coke, then the world would be better.
But wouldn't it? Wouldn't the world be better
Would
if
it
no,
though?
no, hold
Would
on.
it though?
Forget the Coke. Wouldn't the world legitimately better if we actually came alongside each other and supported one another in our moments of weakness? Like
This is specifically sneezing, though. We're talking specific sneeze, like bless you because you sneeze.
yeah,
Also, if anybody sees me in a point of weakness, the nicest, kindest thing you can do for me is pretend
mercy,
you didn't see it.
mercy kill him.
Even if I know you
Just
did, it's
mercy
just
kill me.
kinder.
If I
Just to
walk by you
pretend-
and I slip on ice right in front of you, right on my
Mhm,
back,
mhm. Yep.
just pretend like
It
nothing
didn't happen.
happened.
Don't say. Do
While
you,
I'm turtling,
yeah. Do,
you just pretend you don't see it.
do you need a hand? No, you don't. None of that.
Just have a normal conversation with me. Hey, how you doing? What's your day?
yeah.
Don't even
If
acknowledge
I'm
it.
bleeding from
That's what
my
I want.
ears, just hey, nice to
Yeah.
see you.
Little strawberry jam.
Thank you,
Oh,
thank
it
you for honoring me in this way.
Lucas, whether you like
For
this or not,
honoring me.
I'm about to do something. I am pre-blessing all your sneezes, so you have pre-blessed sneezes. So God bless you in all your sneezes and future sneezes.
in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And I take that and I accept it.
Yeah. Oh, it's how do you feel?
No change.
Well, you should feel appreciated.
Well, actually, you know what? Once I sneeze, I'll let you know.
Okay. I'll get a text in the middle of the night. I feel appreciated. Thank you.
All right. So let's settle this. I say that the guy needs to chill out.
I second that motion.
Okay.
Hold on.
What are you Googling now?
I'm not Googling anything. I thought someone was at my door. Bless you. Okay, I'm bringing a tiebreaker because she refuses to say bless you when she hears someone sneeze, and I'm okay. So
Also,
Yeah,
he's trying to enforce someone to do it,
That-
which I am not cool with.
I'm not cool with the enforcement. If he wants to do it and lead by example, that's fine. I think
Mhm.
I think he has the freedom. Live your own truth. If your own truth is the bless you kind of truth, then you do that. I gotta say though, I am with him in that I feel like the mentality of being there to support people I know that it's about sneezes in this case, but if we extrapolate a little bit, I think he's on to something here. Unlike Lucas, who would rather just be left alone. And what if the good
Some people just want to watch the
what
world
you
burn.
were describing was what Jesus talked about with the I had it right. I had it until I started
The
the
Samaritan.
Good Samaritan.
No.
You are the opposite of the Good Samaritan. You are a crappy Samaritan.
No. I am the Israelite who's bleeding on the side of the road. I'm like, just pretend you don't even see me. Just walk on by. It'll be fine. I'll drag my way back to wherever.
Here's what my prayers are going to be every night I go to bed now. Lord, may Lucas feel like those crappy Samaritans, or those the people that walked on by when someone sneezes. When he hears a sneeze and he doesn't say bless you, I pray that he would be taken back to this story and recognize that he just walked by someone who was sneezing for help.
I'll keep you in the loop on how that progresses.
Yeah, I suspect not well. Good grief.
Oh yes, I'm not the lead in this one. Sorry.
What are you gonna say?
Oh my
Go ahead, say
goodness.
it.
Oh my soul.
No.
Listen, Dwight's I think we should listen to our elders. Dwight is identifying the slippery slope of forsaking blessings. Forsaking blessings today, euthanasia tomorrow.
I'll roll the dice on that.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Ah.
All right. Well, I think we answered that one.
Andrew, you're in charge. Did we, or are we still going on this? I'm still.
No, Lucas and Andrew beat Brad.
Oh, hey,
Mhm.
hold on. Could
Too late.
No, is there an opportunity to, instead of saying God bless you, use some other kind of,
Like Gesundheit.
well, yeah, like Gesundheit or man, I got nothing.
I feel acknowledging someone's
Thor bless you.
bodily function is just weird. Just like I said, like if there was a certain saying for every time you had a fart, like I think that's weird.
Oh, by the
It's
way,
like the
for
sneezing
you,
thing is weird.
For the farter, it's excuse me if it's in public.
Well, yeah, if it's you, obviously. But I mean, if you're just walking by and someone's like, "Boop," and you're just like, bless you, my son.
I heard your fart. I
I'll
acknowledge it.
acknowledge your fart. Yeah.
We are human on the road of existence together. So
Thank you.
there
for
was
sharing
one
with
time
me.
where I was reading a book in the Crandall Library, super deep in concentration, and I farted because I wasn't paying attention. And then I realized that there was like 5 other people scattered around the Rollick Library, and I just don't look up, Lucas. You live here now. You can never look up again.
Uh, Bill Hudson's with me, y'all. I'm looking at chat, and Bill's with me.
Bill
Unfortunately, Bill
Hudson's not
doesn't
a
have.
voting member
Yeah, he doesn't have official vote.
of this tribunal.
Okay.
But thank you for sharing.
For the
and making our
record,
stream.
I am not anti bless you. I just
Uh-huh.
think this guy's agenda is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm not anti, if you want to go around blessing people for everything that comes out of their body, that's fine. That's up to you, walking your truth. But for me, I think it's kind of weird and I don't bless other people. There you go.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
Why don't you take a day? Just decide, put it in your day planner. Today is the day I bless people, and
Yeah.
and then for every little thing. But
For leap years, I do it on leap year extra day.
but only in a
366.
southern accent.
That's right. You gotta.
Yeah.
All right, let's call that case closed.
Mm-hmm.
And let's move on to the SMORP.
Awesome.
So today our SMORP is taken from Psalm 20. For those of you who don't know, SMORP stands for Scripture, Message, Obedience, Repentance, and Prayer. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take this passage, read through it, and kind of walk through those different scripture, message, and all those things, and just have a discussion and just pull some interesting stuff out that hopefully can help somebody. Here we go. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and give you support from Zion. May he remember all your offerings and regard with favor your burnt sacrifices. May he grant your heart's desire and fulfill all your plans. May we shout for joy over your salvation, and in the name of our God set up our banners. May the Lord fulfill all your petitions. Now I know that the Lord saves his anointed. He will answer him for his holy heaven with the saving might of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. They collapse and fall, but we rise and stand upright. O Lord, save the king. May he answer us when we call.
Bless you.
Thank you. When I was in university, I took a course on Psalms. And each day we were supposed to read one of the many Psalms and then write a little reflection on it and then hand that in at the end of the year.
And you did all the last day?
I did them all on the last day.
So this should
There's
be good.
a lot of them. FYI.
Guys, did you know there's a lot of Psalms?
Anyways, I digress. Scripture, what words, phrases, or observations in this passage stand out to you? What does this scripture tell me about the nature and work of God?
For me, the one that jumped off the screen was some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will trust in the name of the Lord.
We're all like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. All the stuff preceding all that is, David wishing these things to happen, and he knows that these can happen through the Lord. But the thing that stood out to me is some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. Andrew, how about you? It must be something different. You wrote a piece on this in university.
A whole reflection.
You want me to go find it?
Maybe.
Never mind. No, honestly, that jumped right out to me as soon as I read it. So I don't. I could give you a different answer, but that's the answer.
No, truth is true.
Tripling down.
All right. What do you sense the Lord saying to you in this reading? Is there a word of correction, guidance, encouragement, wisdom, or promise?
Um, let me pull at this a little bit. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, and obviously, what he's talking about here is in the different things that we put our trust and our hope and our, what we think is reliable and that we can always count on and all this kind of stuff. And this was actually the SMORP for today in our in the document for the month. And if you want to use SMORP, you can download this document that we use right off our website, oxfordholyclub.com, and just scroll down on the main page. But I was sitting there, and again, I'm not trying to make scripture say something that it's not, but I asked the Lord, because this is what stood out to me, it made me think about chariots and horses specifically, and it kind of got me thinking about how we trust in the things that we can make and build our with our hands and our economy. And because chariots were the things that we could build. We can make those, and we can use those to defend ourselves. We can use those for whatever. And then I thought of horses as they would buy and sell horses and trade, and the economy was around that and other things. Obviously, again, this is just, I'm not saying that that's what he was trying to say here, but for me, this was the word I got today. And so to put it in my language, the Lord kind of said to me, how much trust do you put into money versus me? When it comes to being generous, when it comes to all these different things, and how much trust do you put in, doing it yourself, building it yourself without me, kind of thing. Now, horses and chariots aren't bad, and money's not bad in and of itself, and the things that we build aren't bad in and of themselves. But where does my trust come from, or who holds my trust? I guess was when money's tight or whatever, where does my trust really lie? And King David here, or David says, we trust in the name of the Lord our God. And so it was, for me, the message was, look at these things and recenter and refocus your trust on me. So that's kind of where the Lord took me today.
My would kind of jump off yours, just about where we put our trust.
Hop on my chariot.
Hop on your chariot. And they always talk about, like, why is the gospel not as widely jumped upon in like wealthy areas and first world countries, but then in some of these third world countries, or a place where Christians are being persecuted, that it's kind of growing like wildfire. And a lot of time you have these people who are being persecuted, and like they need to rely on God for these things, right? They don't have a choice. Whereas in North America, like we can kind of trust in a lot of other things, like our money or our home or our whatever, right? Where some of these people, it's like, I got to trust in God, so I might as well, because I have no other option. I have no recourse but trusting God. And then when you start doing that, I think you learn it strengthens your faith, makes you more bold to share the gospel and stuff. Whereas us, we don't, need to, rely on God as much and to kind of lean on him, because we have pretty comfortable lives for the most part. So I think that's interesting. Not that I'm asking God to give me a harder life, because I'm not. But I always kind of wonder about that, and wonder if I'm too concerned with not just the power, but also the comfort. I think comfort is something that can be very dangerous to Christians.
Thank you. And I did think the word power that you used was something that I associated to with the chariots. It gives you, how many chariots do you have? It looks powerful and strength and might, and look what I've got, and look what I've accomplished. Anyway, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, mine would be pretty similar. Just kind of asking that question of what's your chariot? What are your horses in your life that you can put your trust in? And maybe that's not on purpose. Maybe you don't even realize you do it, but we probably all have that thing that we are tempted in our life that makes us feel powerful or more important, or that makes us maybe gives us security and a sense of security and things like that. And in some cases, it's not bad. a bad thing to have a sense of security. But you need to make sure that your ultimate sense of security is that in God.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I always kind of get a kick out of the it's a story from like the late 90s. There was a really popular like chorus, When the Music Fades, and it was all about some big church in like England or whatever, and
Song's still
it was all
current.
about how people were getting so caught up in like the kind of pomp and circumstance and pageantry of the worship there. And I think it was, I don't know if it was a pastor or the worship pastor, somebody was like, listen, people are getting more about the music than they are about God. Like it's more about the singing than about the worship. And so they took everything away. Like they like, okay, they came out and like, we're not doing music, we're not doing lights, we're not doing, no fog machine, no nothing. And then
Whoa.
eventually,
No
yeah,
fog.
I know.
No fog.
How can the spirit move without the fog? But basically, and then they started just kind of talking, and then next week they would sing, and they would add in like one instrument, another, and they kind of had to like earn back the extras, right? Because it's so easy to get distracted by the extras in worship.
I think that was Matt Redman.
Sorry.
Was that not Matt?
I think Redman's the name in the back of my head. I just wasn't sure if that's actually what it was.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there you go.
It is.
Nice. Good thought, Lucas. Obedience. Write down one step of obedience you need to take today or this week based on what God is revealing to you. I would say, and I don't want to make this too simple, but recognize what that chariot is in your life. Recognize what things are you putting your faith or your security in, and just kind of take note of that and make that shift to God.
And I would agree with you. You've got to be able to identify those things. Otherwise, if you don't, nothing will change. If you just continue on without asking some hard questions and asking the Lord to reveal where am I putting my trust and my faith, and it won't change. So like you, Andrew, for me, the point of obedience was acknowledgement and searching.
Very good.
All right. And lastly, we have repentance. Write down any confession that God reveals to you in this passage, and prayer. Spend time thanking the Lord for all his blessings. And typically we just kind of leave that to you to do personally. I've said this before, and Brad says this as well, but write it down, record it. It's a good exercise when doing the SMORP to record all of that and be able to reflect on it. Any last words, guys?
Not for me.
No, you know what? I think I've really been enjoying the Psalms when they come up on each week through the SMORP. There's some really good. I mean, obviously it's all really good, but Lamentations sometimes can be. Anywho, Leviticus can be a real slog. Yeah. The Psalms, there's just something rich there that I'm learning to appreciate more and more the more I get into them and all that. So thanks, Andrew. I enjoyed this one. All right, gentlemen. It's going to take me a second to get this set up. How's our time? Yeah, we can pull this off. Or should we save it for next week? And actually
maybe save it for next week.
Why don't we save it for next week? We're going to play a game next week. And so look, here's the teaser. We're going to play a game next week called Two Truths and a Lie, Bible Edition. And I'm going to be testing Andrew and Lucas to see if they can identify the lie in a Bible story. Let me just give you one to see how you do. Ready, guys? And then next week. So you're going to choose between A, B, or C. A king was so happy. This is A. A king was so happy when he found the Ark of the Covenant that he danced in a street parade in his underwear. B, the Ark of the Covenant was found in Egypt, but it melted the faces of those who opened it. Or C, a man touched the Ark of the Covenant to steady it as he fell off the cart, and he died instantly. Fellas?
So you want the lie?
I'd like the lie.
B.
B. That's the George Lucas production.
Ding, 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 ding. The answer was B. That's out of Second Samuel.
Star Wars?
I mean,
Indiana Jones.
The actual stories come out of Second Samuel and Indiana Jones, not Star Wars. Who just said Star Wars?
It was a joke.
Oh, thank goodness. So that's what you can expect next week. All right, Lucas, get us out of here.
All right, folks, you can follow our podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Oxford Holy Club. If you use the social medias, throw up the hashtag OH Club so that we can see it.
Not only that, but you can send your questions, tiebreakers, suggestions, and more to us at oxfordholyclub.com.
And folks, we don't pay to advertise, so any support we get comes from you sharing us with others. So please click that share. So for Andrew and Lucas, my name is Brad Siliker. I want to remind you that until next week, keep spiritually fit and have fun.
Have fun.